Hello Pisces and welcome to Wild Bestie Tarot. My name is Steve and today I'll be doing a basic general reading for the coming week. So without further ado, let's dive into the reading. Cards, please show me information for sign of Pisces from the 10th to 16th August. 5 cards in a row please. For mood, personal life, health, work and finances for the week. So that's mood, personal life, health, work and finances. And on the bottom of the deck for internal mood, you have Page of Swords. Now, unfortunately, with the Page of Swords, you can be a bit uptight this week, quite critical of both yourself and others, quite tense, maybe even a little anxiety as well. Okay, let's see if that comes through to your external state. It says the Nine of Swords. So with the Nine of Swords, it's kind of like isolation, anxiety, fear, dread. So, yeah, really great start. And this can progress on to feelings of almost drowning in negativity when we constantly wind ourselves up about different things that are going around in our heads. So unfortunately, not the best of moods this week. Let's move swiftly on to your personal life. And you have the Queen of Cups. Now, the Queen of Cups can be could be the state where you're focusing more on yourself. You're a bit more isolated, which would follow with regards to the Nine of Swords as well. The Queen of Cups also quite emotional and probably going through like your own sort of thought process. It's very much sort of thinking within yourself, keeping to yourself. So it's very likely that your friends and family are going to see you as a bit distant this week. I mean, taken to an extreme, it could be a case your friends and family see you as almost like a ghost around the house this week, because you'll be so sort of focused on your own needs and anxieties that you won't want to interact with people too much. And it would definitely be in mind to stay outside of family activities this week for sure. Okay, let's move on to health. And for health, we have the Chariot. Now, it's definitely a positive change. With the Chariot in your health, which says you have plenty of energy, plenty of drive for activities. You're not going to be sitting there feeling sad all day long. So this could be a change in the state partway through the week, for example. The Chariot would suggest that you're going to be living an active lifestyle despite the emotional situation. The downside with the Chariot is you'll have such an excess of energy that you will need to dissipate it somehow. Need to put this energy into some activities, whether it's sports, running, even just walking. You will need to get rid of some of this energy because otherwise it will manifest itself in other ways. So you could end up being sarcastic, you'd be overcritical, could lash out at people because this energy is built up in you like a soda bottle that's been shaken. There's so much energy built up in there, and you need some positive release for this energy rather than allow it to boil over effectively. So it's very important to, like I say, at least go for a decent walk this week at the very, very minimum. So more ideally some more active form of exercise, just to, like I say, dispel this energy. Okay, let's move on to work and careers, and you have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is a good card for work. It means you're going to work for pleasure, with the happiness in your heart. Maybe this is actually to escape from home, I don't know. At work you'll feel more comfortable. There'll be good communications. This will be happy, pleasant atmosphere at work. May even to the point of some minor flirting, perhaps. The Knight of Cups also speaks about some good news coming in as well. Some interesting offers. So again, if you're currently looking for work, this would be a really good indicator that a job offer's coming. If you're currently in work or you're in your own business, you work for yourself, this will be some other sort of good news of some kind. But overall, a more pleasurable, happier time at work this week for sure. Okay, let's move on to finances. And we've got this Two of Swords. Now, a Two of Swords is normally about some kind of decision. So maybe there's some difficult decisions this week with regards to your finances. Unfortunately, the Two of Swords also indicate there's no particular growth with regards to finances either this week. Maybe it's a case you need to sort of shuffle things around with regards to your in and outgoings to find some kind of balance. You certainly need to weigh up things regarding finances this week very carefully, ensuring that you don't overstretch yourself or don't put yourself in a position where you're going to struggle in the future. Right, so let's have a quick overview. So if your internal and external states with all these swords, the Page of Swords and the Nine of Swords, yeah, let's face it, not great this week. There appears to be a lot of fear and anxiety about the situation. And with the Queen of Cups in your personal life as well, it looks very much like it can be quite closed off to people this week. Move on to your health. Looks fantastic. Just be very wary about the need to burn off some of this excess energy so it doesn't cause any other issues. Moving to work. Work's a pleasure. There shouldn't be any issues with work really at all. And there's some kind of major decision with regards to your finances, maybe some sort of juggling of incomings and outgoings. Right, let's turn to the cards for a card of advice for you for this week. So cards, please give me one card of advice for Pisces for the 10th to 16th of August, please. One card of advice for Pisces, please. And we have the moon. So the moon would indicate there's been something unclear, something hidden from you. There's been some kind of lack of clarity to a situation. And this unclear situation has caused you a sense of some kind of limbo. You're kind of sort of stuck in a situation, which would probably account for the reason that your emotional state's been so heavily with swords this week. But you need to take some strength that these things will become clear, and the information that comes out about these situations, the clarity you'll get will pave the way to see a resolution to the issues you're currently experiencing. This will open the door to a solution, and the answers to these questions will show you the path forward. So try not to let this worry and anxiety bring you down. There will be a solution, and it is coming. Okay, Pisces. Well, I hope this reading was informative and entertaining. However, remember, this is just a general reading and may not resonate with everyone. If you'd like a more in-depth personal reading, the email to contact me will be in the description box below this video. So please like, subscribe and comment on this video, and I hope you will pay me a visit on my next video. Until then, goodbye for now.